Kwanya Joshua.
Yes, and of course this is Hilda Chepto. You can call me Chep.
And we are joined in studio by our boss who I didn't know can dance.
I don't like the word boss. I was doing bathroom dances. By the way, you people, you want to put scandalous material on social media.
Scandalous namna gani?
I was doing a bathroom dance, which means that dance is not supposed to be shown outside of a bathroom.
Shouldn't go beyond this room.
It shouldn't even be done in here. I don't know what possessed me.
It was the song.
Although you guys haven't said you like my sporty t-shirt.
Inaka fit.
I was given this in Dubai. I was team orange.
For the team. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we were third in our challenges.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
And I'm not saying third out of 4. I played football.
Second from last.
No, we were third. We're in a bronze position.
What are the activities for those football?
There was football, there was softball, then there was some intelligent games like puzzles and climbing things and shooting axes, and I played football. Or should I say I was on the football pitch? There's a difference. And we was rushed. Our captain was from Bulgaria. Mm-hmm. He was also the guy in goal. Mm-hmm. But he had a bit of a hangover.
Mm-hmm. We understand.
No, but it was good fun and games. It was good to bond and good to learn more about Sporty Group and the company. Yes. You guys work for a pretty special company. You'll soon find out. Big things are going. Big things are going.
That's good news. That's good news.
And just before we get into the conversation, since tumeanza na mambo na Dubai, first of all, I thought maybe ungetuletea ka t-shirt moja tu for Breakpoint, really. This is a very special show.
You know, I came with lots of chocolates yesterday.
And even me, I've not got my chocolate.
You are sick. I'm sorry. I hope you're well now.
Yes, I'm much better.
Ask your colleagues about what happened to the chocolate. There was enough. But the guys in the morning...
The express team ndio walikula mingi.
Ndio walifanya hii maneno.
Express... No. The breakfast team. The breakfast team, and then the mid-morning... Express, by the time it got to Express.
One for me, even one.
They were on one chocolate.
I'm not there.
The guys of night time got nothing. Nothing. It's a competitive sport.
Kila mtu na chake.
Now, let me ask Carl.
Yes.
Before we get into our TV thing and broadcast thing, while in Dubai, how does the country look like in terms of sports, in terms of the infrastructure, everything around sports in that country?
Highly developed. Yes. Compared to us. Yes. I mean, if you look, and I've been involved with football tournaments in Dubai for almost 8 years.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And most of the tournaments we hold there, which are usually for Africans, it's amateur tournaments for Africa. It's like an Africa Cup of Nations, but for fans of different countries who live in Dubai. Mm-hmm. And the events are usually held in school grounds. And it's usually 7-a-side, 5-a-side or 7-a-side. And it's usually held either in a school or we've held a club or something. And they all have good pitches, changing rooms, stands, the works, and that's the basic level. So when it comes to competitive level, they're not as developed though, from my layman's perspective, as say Qatar. And I think Qatar, having got the World Cup, had a chance to really develop, especially when it comes to stadia. But what Dubai has probably over Qatar is developing of different sports. That's why they host international golfing tournaments, international tennis, ATP tour, so it's not just football, rugby sevens, so they've developed infrastructure for that. We didn't go this time to a town called Al Ain. I've been there previously, and the club there is where Dennis Oliech used to play at some point, and the Al Ain stadium is massive. It's beautiful. I didn't manage to go inside because it was not a match day, but from the outside I ogled. Better than Emirates. But it's what happens when you have money and when you have leaders whose hearts are in the right place.
Intentionality.
In terms of developing their sport, all types of sports. It's not just football. We need to get... Football is the greatest sport in the world. The most followed sport in the world. I love football to death. But we have to get our headspace out of the fact that it's the only sport. There's so many other sports that can absorb a lot of Kenyan talent. and we need to stop only focusing on one sport.
Yeah.
Let's develop the infrastructure for the other sports. Yesterday I heard there was a conversation about boxing, and at some point Zarika herself was in Dubai, and she was talking about the amount of gyms that are focused on boxing in other countries where she's been in, compared to what Kenya has. We are so far behind on basic things. Boxing, volleyball, such things don't need massive amounts of money to develop that kind of infrastructure. But for some reason, we don't, which means we don't have leaders whose hearts are in the right place, because the money is there. The money comes when they want it to come. So don't tell us there's no money for developing sporting infrastructure. It's where your priorities lie. And unfortunately for Kenyan leadership, it does not lie in developing sporting infrastructure.
Absolutely.
Which is very unfortunate.
Now we have a picture of Dubai, even though we don't go there.
The next one. The next one.
By the way, they even out Formula One, the last leg of the season in Abu Dhabi. I mean, I'll get annoyed now.
I don't get annoyed.
Wakona pesa.
Before you get annoyed, because even this topic we are going to discuss might annoy you, but you've been in the TV broadcast generally for a very, very long time. And our conversation today is all about traditional TV and now the live streaming platforms. Because nowadays, you don't need to sit in front of a TV to watch your favorite sports. How can you paint for us a picture in terms of how the TV has transformed, the transformation over the years?
Okay, maybe I go back, way back. Because I've been involved in TV broadcasting both in front and behind the cameras. I think I started for sport. When it comes to, I started in front of the camera, and I started with Super Sport way back. I think it was 2009 when we were doing the Kenyan Premier League then, and managed to fly to South Africa on several occasions to do the AFCON 2012 and to host the program around the Olympics of 2012. So that was in front of the cameras. In front of the camera, all you see is glamour, and you see lots of cameras and lots of TVs and huge studio infrastructure and things like that. Then fast forward to 2016 when we started Bamba Sport, which was doing TV broadcasting of the NSL. And I'm not talking now around the programming. I think we're talking about the live broadcasting. One thing now I discovered when you go behind the scenes is the sheer cost of production, which a lot of people don't understand. And there are two layers to it. There's the cost of production, and then there's the cost of rights. And I remember when we started, we were like, we have to get at least one property that we are broadcasting live, and we landed on the NSL. At the time, we couldn't even afford the KPL. It was too expensive to get the rights of the KPL. So we got the rights of the NSL and struck a deal with the then leadership of the federation that we would only pay 1 million shillings a month for the rights, which is nothing. 1 million is nothing. But it is what we could afford also as a company. On top of that 1 million shillings we were paying per month, because it came to about 12 million a year that we were paying the federation for the NSL rights, you then have to produce the games. Now that is where the cost comes in, because you're hiring cameramen, soundmen, producers, you're buying all this very expensive equipment, and this is 2016. You're buying all this expensive equipment that and then you need a broadcast van, you need to be going on location, and it's costly. So to cover one game at the time, and this was a very conservative figure of 250,000 shillings a game. If you do 2 games, it goes to maybe 300. If you do 2 games back to back, which you'd call a double header, it would come to about 3,000 shillings. But remember, this is traditional way of shooting a live game. And this was very minimalistic because we were using like 4 cameras. If I go back to when I was doing the live broadcast for Supersport, on average was about 12, 13 cameras. When you do the Mashemeji Derby, it goes to even 17 cameras, because then you have different locations in the field, live in the field, live in the studio. You have that set of analysts, you have that set of people who are doing social media. So the Mashemeji Derby would actually have 17 cameras. So that the 250, 300 cost I was giving you is on 4 cameras. A very basic production. The huge stuff that these Pan-African broadcasters were doing, I can only imagine what that would cost per I don't know the cost behind it because I was in front of the camera. But multiply that 250. So you're looking at almost 500,000, 1 million a game. But that was the old school way of doing live.
Yeah.
But then it does mean that every month, and you're shooting every weekend, remember. So that million you're saying is a Saturday. Then there's a Sunday. Then there's weekends, 3 more weekends in that year.
Yeah.
So multiply that almost by 8. So if you're using the scale of 12 to 15 cameras, you're almost spending 10 million a month just to show live games every Saturday and every Sunday.
Yeah.
That money has to be recouped somewhere. Unlike the Pan-Africanists, or can I just say DSTV?
DSTV, yeah.
Unlike them who charge subscription,
Yes.
Bumper Sport was free,
Yes.
which means that money has to be recouped through advertising. So, as it was about 250, say 300 a game. If we do 2 games a weekend, that's about 500,000, 600,000. Multiplied by 4 weekends, that's about 2.4 plus the 1 million of rights.
Yeah.
So you're looking at almost 4 million to
yeah.
break even. You've not put in staff salaries. You've not put in what you're doing Monday to Friday, because you're running a sporting organization.
Yeah.
You know. So you're looking at costs of 6-7 million a month that you have to recoup from advertisers. What advertiser in Kenya are you going to go and say, give me, because you have to make money.
Yeah.
So you're not looking for 6-7 million, you're looking for 10-11 million. Which company is going to give you that 10-11 million to ride on live broadcasts of NSL? Which one?
Well,
I don't know any.
Very
Yeah.
difficult.
I don't know any. They're going to say, where's the value for my money? Because at the end of the day, anybody giving you that money for advertising, they want to make money back.
Back as well, yeah.
Right now, we're promoting Pepsi on this station. We better be selling bottles of Pepsi out there
Yeah.
for it to make sense to them to give us their money. It's a trade-off. It's not a charity. For some reason, we seem to think, these guys in live sports should come to me free. Live sport is costly, from the rights to the production. And I've given you a picture of a very basic cost.
Yeah.
Scale this up to what happens in, say, the Premier League or what Sky Sports gives to international leagues.
Yes.
You're talking obscene amounts of money. I think, and I had to Google, I think the cost right now of the Premier League
Yeah, it's
is 5 billion.
around, yes.
And it's actually from 2025 to 2029, it's gone up to 6.7 billion pounds.
Yeah.
Pounds. And that is mostly because of the cost of production and the cost of what you're paying for the right to air the games. Because you pay the federations. They pay, Sky Sports pay, the FA.
Yeah.
We, for those rights, whoever shows the Premier League, Kenyan Premier League now, has to pay for the rights to the federation. And those rights are not free. They're expensive.
Yeah.
Right now, if I look at the deal between DSTV and showing the Premier League, it's almost $100 million dollars a year.
Every year.
$100 million every year is like 12.8 billion shillings. That's what they have to pay
Yes.
to air the Premier League
Yeah,
every year.
Every year.
Their
So-
work is just to air, not even production, just air.
Yes,
By the way, that's
airing.
just
Maybe it's-
airing.
they're not
Airing,
doing the
okay.
production.
Yeah.
That's just airing
Just taking the feed.
and relaying the feed.
Yeah. And I'm just curious.
So when they
yeah.
charge right now, I think it's 11,700 a month, which
The
has
cost.
They-
it's to try and recoup that money.
Yeah.
I have my own views on their business models.
Yeah.
I always believe in cheaper and sell to more people than expensive and sell to fewer.
to few people.
Yeah, but I've not built $1 million company, so I can't really talk with authority.
Yeah.
I'm curious just about the bidding process, because I'm sure after if a contract, maybe it's 3 years, after that 3 years, now you want to open up for people to bid, to say, for the broadcast, right?
Yes,
How does that process happen?
the most money.
Behind the scenes, how
I,
does
The
it?
one with the most-
I don't know, because I have
Yeah.
only been involved in the case of NSL, where there was no one to compete
There's
with.
no one to compete.
Which is why we got it at $1 million shillings a month, because ideally your football should be worth a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But it's us to give the property value, give our football value for the federation to come and say, actually, I want 2 million a month, or I want 3 million a month for the NSL broadcast rights. What value are you giving me back? Are there eyeballs? Are people going to buy my products because they see my advertising around that property?
Yeah.
So I don't know really how the bidding process, the back end of the bidding process.
Yeah.
All I know is that the most money money
The one with the most.
and the highest reach. By the way, they look at money and they
Yeah.
look at reach.
Yeah.
So when you bid for something, you have to tell them you'll be in this market and this market and this market and this market. So that needs to be attractive to the FA, because at the end of the day, they want as many people, they want as many eyeballs as possible,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
growing their brand. But also the money matters, because they also have costs.
Yeah.
So the money, the amount of money matters. And I remember one year when it wasn't DSTV showing, I think it was Champions League, one of these other leagues was lost to, what was that broadcaster called?
GTV.
It was GTV.
Because I think there's a time around 28-27 there was.
There was I think it was GTV
Yeah,
that
GTV.
came in and bought the rights.
Yes.
And they were like, oops, because without that property, you're no longer an attractive.
Yeah, to the consumer.
Why am I paying subscription if
Yeah.
I can't watch the leagues that I want to
Yeah,
watch?
yeah.
So it's whoever pays the most money. And unfortunately, if it was GTV, if I remember
'Cause I
correctly,
remember GTV was showing like 80% of the Premier League matches every weekend.
they paid so much money for it that they couldn't recoup
And
their
then they
money.
couldn't-
That is
yeah,
why
I think
they
it's not sustainable
disappeared.
as
I don't know where they are today.
Yeah.
So there's that danger. So you fight for something, you pour all your money into getting that property, you better be able to recoup it
And
so that your
sustain
And
business
sustain-
doesn't die.
you
Yeah.
have to sustain
So it's a
it
very
as well.
tricky process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's usually how much, who bids the highest, and
And
the
reach
reach.
as well.
how many countries are you going to reach.
But now in Africa,
Mm.
in Africa case, I think more so in sub-Sahara region, really,
For sub-Saharan,
it's ni moja
it's
tu.
one.
So even bidding is just, it might not even make sense, really.
Not necessarily. By the way, if you watch, sometimes you will see programming that is only available. It's even written on the ad, only available in South
In
Africa,
SA,
or
yeah.
only available in Nigeria, or not available in Nigeria. Because some Nigerians, by the way, a lot of West Africa was getting a lot of their sport off a different provider.
Yeah.
And that's probably why we are seeing mergers happening now between.
Yeah,
I won't talk about those
Yes,
mergers,
yes, yes.
but I know that a company like Canal Plus were doing a lot of provision of sporting, live sport to French-speaking Africa.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
So sub-Saharan Africa, as we are behind because we are English. Someone needs to come with a Kiswahili Pan-African broadcasting live sport, property.
Yeah.
So that you also begin to have your own muscle.
Absolutely.
Because we shouldn't be so reliant on foreign broadcasters to bring us this sport. We should be doing it ourselves.
Yeah, that was my next question actually. Now, of course.
Unfortunately, the cost.
Yeah.
Because at some point, we actually had conversations on whether we should continue to be free to air or charge subscription. But Kenyans don't want to be charged subscription. Nobody wants to pay for sport. That is why, and I know you have it in your whatever to talk about illegal connections, but people don't see why I should be paying 5,000, 8,000 shillings a month for sport.
Yeah.
But we still want to consume our sport.
Yeah.
And that's the problem now for local broadcasters. Because you take a broadcaster like any of our current broadcasters and tell them, bring us. I want to take us out of the equation because we don't have a traditional TV platform, which we'll come to just now because it's digital.
Yeah.
But any of these mainstream TV stations, if they are to get the rights, say of the Premier League, how much is it going to cost them? How much is it going to cost them? And can they recoup that money?
The money, yeah.
Yeah,
And they have to go to advertisers to get that money because
local
us
football fans who have been asking, why can't we have a local TV station
Showing the games.
ask those same fans, are you willing to pay 5,000 shillings a month to keep that TV station in business?
Yeah.
Are you willing to pay that? Because the rights are not cheap. But fast forward, and I know you have this in your questions, fast forward to digital TV.
Yeah.
Which right now we are fortunate enough to have Sporty TV. And this is not an ad. But we do you know Sporty TV? There's an app. It's on Facebook. And it's on sorry. Some digital platforms like Pang and
And even just
Signet.
on YouTube.
and Sporty TV is free.
Yeah, even YouTube.
It's free to air. And Sporty TV right now brings you a lot of live sport. Unfortunately, it's a lot of free to air sport. So we would probably air 1 or 2 Premier League games over the weekend, not the whole. They're usually 8, 9, 10.
10 games.
We won't air everything, but we will get you some critical games.
Yeah.
I know, for example, today we are showing the Nigerian game
Versus
on the
Gabon.
Sporty TV. Yeah, we're showing it on the Sporty TV app. By the way, if you haven't, go and download the Sporty TV app.
Yeah.
You'll watch the Nigerian game and it's free. But you see, digital TV now has made the production process of broadcasting a lot more affordable. I won't say cheap, it's more affordable. Gone are the days where you have to do a production with 13 cameras. Now you can do 3-4 cameras and then have the one you use when you go to up country. The drone.
The drone and then
I see your stuff on YouTube, Kwanya. By the way, Kwanya, for those of you who don't know, Kwanya has a show on YouTube where he goes to different towns. I don't know if he does it now that we bog him down for 6 days a week, but he used to go to different towns and do very nice features on Kenyan tourism.
you
know, Kakamega and Kisumu, you know,
Plus
and
buses.
use a drone. And a drone can now do what, say, 4 or 5 other cameras would do. So the cost of producing live TV in a digital age has been grossly reduced. The cost of transmitting has been grossly reduced. You no longer have to have these big satellites that cost an arm and a leg to maintain. You know, so a lot of costs have come down from digital TV. Right now,
I even see TV stations, going to an event without Obi Vans.
Yeah. You carry a small gadget like this. You no longer kitambo. You have to drive that. You have to pay the driver. You have to pay the fuel. The equipment size, the sheer size of the equipment needed a van. Nowadays, you can put something in your pocket or in your bag and you go and produce a whole live game. And then you stream it on whether it's Facebook or YouTube or whatever. Maybe you need a little bit of airtime. Maybe you need some subscription to certain software. But the cost of producing has really greatly gone down. So that is a plus. That is a win for the fan. Because we don't want to pay. But Sporty TV is free. Again, I say this is not an ad. But Sporty TV is free on the Sporty TV app. By the way, download it. But if you're watching and if you're listening, download the Sporty TV app.
Play Store.
It's on the Google Store. Yes. Go and download the Sporty TV app. You'll get so many live games. It won't be everything. But if you want everything, you have to pay. And the fan has to realize we're lucky in Kenya. We get so much when there's big tournaments, they'll always come on KBC. They'll always come on whether it's Africa Cup of Nations, World Cup or whatever it is, it'll always come on KBC. We're a little bit spoiled. Go to England or go to the States. You have to pay subscription, whether it's Sky Sports or whether it's ESPN. I need water. Producer, I need water. By the way, whether it's ESPN or Sky Sports, it's subscription. It's never free. It's never free. Even the apps, you have to pay a subscription fee on their apps.
Now,
but Sporty TV is free.
Sporty TV is free. Now, that brings us to the question. You mentioned that some of these pay TV platforms, you have to pay 11,000 for premium to access almost every sport. Now,
and it is for sport, because all that other programming that they tell you they have or just repeats.
That was also forming part of our conversation.
Sports.
Now, we have to agree. There is also the illegal streaming platforms, which could be shortcuts. I don't know your thoughts in regards to illegal streaming, because that one I just pay 3,000 shillings per month for internet, then I access everything.
Stop using illegal sites. I know some people are forced to because of the standard of living. It's easy for me to say pay 5,000. For some people that is their entire salary, and it's the rent, the school fees, the food they eat. But it is not, you're not helping in the development of sport. Because the reason we pay all these fees is because at the end of the day, in developed markets, that money trickles down to the sportsman, to the development of sport in the different countries. And it's illegal. You've even used the word illegal. It's a crime. You can go to jail. You're stealing. It's like you've walked into a shop and stolen something, because that is what it is. Illegal streaming, it has to stop. And the good thing now is it's because of technology, they have found different ways to shut down these sites when they start. If you notice, those of you who use illegal streaming, You start watching a game. After 5 minutes, it changes. After 5 minutes, it's in Russian. After another 5 minutes, it's in Arabic. After another 5 minutes, it's down. Then it's
so there's not even flow of watching.
Yeah, but then you're giving people such a hard time to stop something that is illegal. The fact that you've used the word illegal, it is illegal. It needs to stop. And you're hurting the sports person. All of us love to see the sport person win. They've worked so hard to be where they are, to be able to attract live broadcast of their sport. And it's not just football. We focus a lot on football. It's not just football. Whatever sport it is, you're stealing from the sports person. You're stealing from their effort and their hopes and their dreams, Nobody comes to your workplace and says, you know what, Kwanya, I'm coming to take away your microphone so you can't work tomorrow. It's unfair. But that is what we're doing when we're using illegal sites. So let's just look for affordable sites, free-to-air sites. Download Sporty TV. Whether I want a raise, I'm campaigning. No, but it's free. Sporty TV will give you a lot of content free. But stop the illegal sites. Illegal.
That is corruption.
Me, I'm a law-abiding citizen.
That is corruption.
That's corruption.
That's corruption.
By the way, you're there going after your leader for stealing something, and you're doing the same.
You're streaming illegally.
I don't know why you don't see it.
Yeah.
And by the way, in the same breath, wait, and now I'm going after myself. In the same breath, when we buy our cheap jerseys.
Umeenda full circle.
Let me stop there. I don't want to be arrested.
Unataka kuguza milima.
Haron, I'm not coming after you, but let me stop there.
Yeah. That also reminded me of a question before Chep comes in. On these pay TV platforms, you pay again. I'm going back to the 11,000. I pay 11,000, but you'll realize I only watch 4 channels for the whole month. Why do you think these pay TV platforms don't give me what I watch? Because I know
they're very smart.
At the back of their system, they know that Caro loves sports. Why don't they give Caro sports?
They're very smart. The value of live sport. Nothing beats live sport.
Yeah.
In terms of TV content. Nothing. Not even Real Housewives of whatever.
Yeah, so you have to anchor.
Nothing beats live sport. You remove the live sport from that 11,700. No one will pay that amount of money. My Netflix is 1,000 bob. But why do I pay 11,700? Live sport. The football, the rugby, the F1.
Yeah, they have started now going to do.
But now I'll pay NFL, nothing because there's Sporty TV. No. Or you pay. No, it depends because you've asked. Yeah. It's only for 4 channels. Yeah. Those are the 4 most valuable channels on any platform. The 4 most valuable channels on any platform is live sport. Remove. By the way, we've sung until our voices are hoarse. That why don't you give me a package where I only get sport? And I pay less money.
Yeah. The guy who loves cooking can watch the cooking channels. PK.
And they'll give them cooking for 800 because it's not a must.
Yeah.
Live sport is a must. For someone like me, for you guys who love sport, it is a must. Me being able to watch Premier League live is a must. Yeah. I must watch rugby. I must watch tennis. I must watch F1 live, not highlights. Live. And they take advantage of that. We're actually addicted. We're addicts. We're addicted to sports. Yeah. And they take advantage of that addiction.
Yes, no, you have to anchor your best product with this.
Yeah,
so that you can make money. Yeah, and onto that as well, I just want us to get into pay-per-view.
Chepsi,
yes.
Because Caro has mentioned matters to do with the Pepsi here, because naona pia anakunywa maji tunataka
tumpatie Pepsi
arrest kidogo ko itulie kidogo.
You won't even give me Mirinda in the studio.
Wacha tupate Pepsi, then we'll continue this conversation in regards to TV broadcast and of course sports broadcasting around the world.
Reset.
afternoon. This is SportyFM, and of course the show is The Breakpoint. Mimi kwa majina ni Konya Joshua.
Yes, and of course this is Hilda Chepto. You can call me Chep.
And we are just being inspired by Radull. Karo, ukimpatia Karo nafasi ya kuongea.
Ukimpea Mike too.
Don't force me to talk.
Off the script.
Me, I'm a good human being. I keep quiet.
Love you.
Now, Chep,
Yes.
you had a question.
Yes, and of course now I want us to get into the matter of a pay-per-view. And I remember a few years back.
No, now my camera is not working. Now this camera is not working. The camera is mesmerized by my beauty. I am just selling beauty. Can you see me on the camera? I am just selling beauty. Okay, I don't know what's happening there, but yeah. So, what was your question, Chep?
Yes, no, I remember a few years ago, I think about 2 or 3 years ago, FC Leopards came up with an idea of having a pay-per-view where their fans could subscribe. I think it was 500 shillings on their website, and during their matches they could be able to access their matches. So it started well. Then I don't know, up there was wrangles and all that. The idea died. And now my question is this: how viable do you think it can happen? This idea can work in our market, in the African market?
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Before I get to the African market, it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
This whole thing of pay-per-view and being able to select and pay for exactly what it is you want to watch.
Yes.
Also, to support your club, because your club needs, even though that 500 shillings you're saying, it was not for one game, it was for several games.
Yes.
But it allows your club to collect money almost in bulk so that they can use it for something purposeful. Unfortunately, Africa, we have this thing called greed and corruption. That I'm not saying that's what happened in that case, but the minute money begins to come in, I don't know what happens to our psyche. We become animals the minute there's money, which is unfortunate because it's a brilliant idea. And I'm sure people are beginning to subscribe to it as long as you're giving me a good production of AFC Leopards matches, and from wherever I am in the country, I can watch live. People want to watch our sport live. People want to watch Premier. Hey, the Luya Nation wants to watch AFC Leopards live.
Of course.
You know? So, and it's something we're willing to pay. 500 is not that much to watch a football game. We're willing to pay that to watch our football. So, why it didn't work, I don't know the real reason why it didn't work. But it is a brilliant idea, and I wish more clubs would adapt it, because you can, I don't know in terms of rights, what club rights they have under the federation to air their own games. I know there was a whole issue
with that
was it
well.
earlier this year or last year? That clubs, who owns the right to your matches? Is it the club or is it the federation? And if clubs want to show their games, they need to pay the federation something and all that stuff, which makes sense because that is why the federation will sell to an overall broadcast sponsor, and you can't have every club stepping in to then say, no, but me, I'm shooting for my fans, no, you can't. That's untidy, and it's not the way it's done anywhere in the world. Even if you watch like Arsenal TV, for example, they will get the feed from Sky Sports, even if they're showing it to the guys who are members of on their website, because they're paid up members. Every club has it. They have their website, they have their membership, they have paid up members who can then watch their games through the website, but they have to get the rights. You can't just do it willy-nilly and go and broadcast it yourself. It has to be done by the overall broadcaster. So it's a brilliant idea, and I would love to see more of our games being aired to our fans, and the fans will pay for it. The fans have love for their players, and if the money is going to the right place, which is another problem in Africa, we'll pay for it. We'll pay 200, 300, 400, 500 bob. I mean, we have Kenyan fans who travel all the way to England to go and watch, to go to Emirates or to go to Anfield or to go to Old Trafford. You know, so we shouldn't be complaining about some of these fees to watch our own sport, but we also have to package it well to make it attractive.
Now, do you think, because correct me if I'm wrong, because in the Premier League, the league is produced by the Premier League. They now want to sambaza to the
feed.
They sambaza the feed to the broadcaster. Do you think such an idea can be replicated in Kenya, whereby the league owners, like now in our case is the FKF, can they have a situation where they are the ones who produce the leagues, then they now sell out, go to give out the feed to broadcasters?
If I am not wrong, that was a plan at some point, which is why we had a whole scandal around an Obivan I'm not going into the details because I don't have the facts and I don't know whether it's in court or not.
You just remember Obivan.
But it was a plan.
Yeah.
It was a plan for the FKF to shoot under the previous administration, to shoot the Premier League and other leagues.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then offer the feed, not just to Kenyans, but offer even abroad.
Yeah.
If you put it nowadays, you put it on an app, and I'm sure there are Kenyans in the States or in the Netherlands or wherever who would like to watch Kenyan sport.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Me, I think we are a cursed continent when it comes to sports. I honestly think we are, because the opportunities are there to grow the sport through things, and that's what broadcast does.
Yeah.
It gives the sport eyeballs beyond the people who are in the stadium.
Yeah.
It makes it attractive to look for corporate partners because there are more eyeballs on a game. You know, so you're not just selling that, there were 3,000 people in the stadium. No, there were 20,000 watching online or on screen or wherever it is.
Yeah.
And I wish we would just get our house in order, because that was a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
For the federation to be the one to produce the league.
So they own it.
Brilliant idea. But what happened? Took on my ideas. Implementation is another story.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, because who suffers at the end of the day? It's the players who could have been making money if this was done right.
Chep, kuna
Yes, and of course, I don't know, during the World Cup 2010, that was here in Africa.
South Africa.
Here in South Africa, hapa. Were you at SuperSport at that point?
I was, but I was doing shows from here. We're producing content around the fans and how the fans are consuming the World Cup. So I didn't cover it for them. And I was not in studio for them, but we did a few stories in here. Went to Kenyan fan parks, went to Kenyan pubs and whatever, and then shot it for some of the programming, because you always support live sport with programming. Because people always want to discuss what happened live. They want to know the stories behind the live that I'm watching.
Yeah.
And that's what makes now the content, that's what makes a station like SportyFM, because you're discussing the content around what happened in live sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would love just to know what are a few things we can pick from, of course, the big events, that is the Olympics, that is the World Cups, just a few lessons we can learn from airing those, or from just seeing the behind the scenes, of course, on the broadcast, the production bit of that.
Hey, what can we learn? You know, Kenya has a talent. We have. I remember when I was at the early days of SuperSport, when they were training a lot of soundmen and cameramen, and they had this. They had a partnership, I think, with Strathmore University, and they had this Africa Talent Factory and stuff like that. And they were training a lot of cameramen. You come already with your skills as a cameraman, and then you're trained under the banner of the professionals. And we developed a lot of talent. What Kenyans are able to do around live sport, we have cameramen and production crews in Kenya that can shoot golf, that can do athletics. They were doing Chan the other day. They do the Kipkeno, the Absa Kipkeno Classic. They do golf. They do every single sport under the sun. And those are Kenyans. Kenyan directors, Kenyan producers, Kenyan presenters, Kenyan everything. So it is something we can do. What happens when we're organizing it?
Organization.
Chef, I don't understand on any toes. I don't understand on any toes, because there's nothing that happens at the Olympics that Kenya can't produce. That Kenyans, not even Kenya, Kenyans can't produce. If you look at the Kipkeno Classic, it's like a mini Olympic. If you look at the golf, it could be a PGA Tour. The tennis, we can shoot it. Football, look at Chan, it was being done by Kenyans. We can do it. There's nothing we can't do when it comes to live sport. So what happens between the production and then the delivering it into our homes?
Hapo ndio kuna shida.
It's like those guys in Mount Kenya who do, what are those nuts called? Not cashew nuts. Macadamia.
Yes.
They produce the macadamia there, but the same people can't afford to buy it in the shops. Because we leave it to go and be
the UK.
The value is added out of this country, and it comes back in a nice fancy jar, and you can't afford to buy macadamia nuts. Yet you farmed it here in Embu. You know, and it's the same thing. We're producing the content, we're producing the live sport, but then we're giving it to platforms that we can't afford to pay subscription for.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the solution is, but there's a discourse somewhere.
Absolutely. Now, we live in an era of digital space. We like it or not, it is here. We are not going back. How then can our
but leave the illegal.
Yeah. I'm not going back to the illegal. How then can the traditional TV and the new age TV, that new age platform, that is the streaming platforms, how can they coexist?
Traditional TV is dying. There's no coexistence. Traditional TV is dying. Those big fancy studios and platforms and whatever is dying. People are consuming digital content, podcasts that are shot in a room smaller than where we are sitting right now. That's the content we want to. You have to produce what people want to consume. Don't speak at us as these big fancy TVs. Traditional TV is dying. Traditional media, if you don't combine it with digital, and eventually digital will take over. Sporty TV is fully digital. Yes, you can get it on the traditional media as well, but it's surviving mostly on
digital spaces.
Yes, exactly. So there's one is fading away and another one is taking over, and we need to, the sooner we accept that, the better. Because then you will refocus on delivering digital content. Right now, people consume. If you see all these new podcasts coming out for sport, a lot of them being done by Rio Ferdinand, and I saw Rooney has one now.
They overlap.
Yeah. That's the content we're consuming. Digital has taken over. It's taken over. Sporty TV.
It's free. And it is free.
This is not an ad. And it is free. And tonight you can watch the Nigeria game.
I know you might not have figures and numbers, but just maybe you can just give us a glimpse of how it looks like. The now Kenya Premier League as a broadcaster, and I've been struggling. Personally, I've been asking myself, how do they get their money for the last 2 years that they have been broadcasting our league? How do you think they are getting back their money?
They're also available on an app.
Yes.
So you can watch it on the app as well. So you make money through the app, through the downloads and through the views and through how long somebody stays on the platform. I don't know what the figures are, but I know they make money through the downloads on the app and the time spent watching. But eventually they will also look for advertisers. And by the way, even us as Sporty TV, we're also looking for advertisers. Because why not? If you have the eyeballs, these corporates can sell their brands through what we are airing. So I've not watched closely enough to see if they have onboard advertisers on top. But that's how they would make their money traditionally. Because even now, even stuff that is done on digital, even these podcasts and everything, people are still looking for the traditional corporates to fund because those are the people who run live sport. It's a corporates. It's a corporate to run live sports. Even though our brothers there who charge 11,700 rely on subscriptions, they also look for advertisers. That's why you see ads, including ads like SportyBet and stuff like that on their platforms. So I don't know how many clients they have. The broadcaster of the Kenyan Premier League, but I'm sure they're aggressively looking for partners. But you have to be able to show them, I have this many downloads of the app. And on any given day, these are the stats of people who are watching. This is how long they're watching, so that corporate will then say, I'll place my ad here. Because it's the advertising. These corporates are not charities. They also want to sell their products.
Yes. So
you have to show them how many people are watching what it is you're producing.
That's it. And there's this now new trend in the digital space and of course broadcasting space, where we now have influencers. Influencers who are mainly either have very good numbers on YouTube, millions of followers on YouTube, or million of followers on Twitch, which now broadcasters have thought of them as they're another mini broadcaster. So you come on board because you saw Mark Goldbridge. He's a guy, I'm a big Manchester United fan who has about, I think, almost 4 million
followers. And he does watch-alongs.
So now the Bundesliga did partner with him, he'll be able to air some of their matches. I think 2 in a weekend on his platform. Though it's more or less a watch along, not the actual footage, but it's more or less on a watch along basis. You've seen, I don't know if you're a fan of the Baller League.
Yes.
You're a fan of the Baller League.
Yeah.
That's another aspect, another different aspect, where it's more or less influencers are driving the numbers. I don't know how this new trend, what do you think of it?
I think it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Let's look at it as an opportunity. And I'm not speaking from an influencer perspective. But there's money to be made all round.
Yeah.
And everybody's looking to reach the audience. That is why they're going to where the audience is.
Yeah.
That's the basic job of an influencer. Give me an audience that me as the brand, I don't have this audience. Give me your audience. And there's a whole other discussion you can have about how many followers somebody has versus how much influence someone has.
Yes,
Those are two different things.
Yeah.
Because you can have 1 million haters who follow you who will not necessarily do as you say, and you can have 10,000 loyal people who believe in what you say and what you can deliver. So that's a whole different topic on a whole different station. But why not? Look what's happening with the iShow Speeds of this world, with the Snoop Dogg. He's the official brand ambassador. He was in Paris, and now
Tokyo,
he's for LA.
I think for LA as well. Yeah.
And he's an influencer because we do what Snoop Dogg tells us to do. So any way you can get more eyeballs on live sport, why not take advantage of it? And big up to those who are so big that the broadcasters are coming and saying, you know what, let's partner. And that's where media is going. They're going to the influencer as opposed to saying which TV station. I don't want to name a TV station, but why are they not saying, let me go to this TV station to rebroadcast the Bundesliga? Let's go to this influencer because that's where the audience is. It's online.
Karo, tunamalizia 4 minutes. But
You want to shut me up?
To chase you away.
With the many apps we download to watch live sports, do you think
Legal apps.
the legal ones? Yeah. Do you think we are really saving money, or we are just overpaying indifferently?
It's definitely cheaper. I don't know anyone who's paying 11,700 for an app.
Yes.
And they're getting live sport.
Yeah.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, what is it? It's a Wi-Fi cost, which is standard. What else are you paying? Some of them are subscription based to get premium material.
Yeah.
But it's affordable. I think it's made everything cheaper. It's cheaper, it's more accessible. I no longer have to run all the way to my house to go and put on the TV and sit in front. I can watch live sport from wherever I am.
Yeah.
I was with Ghanaians watching their team in Dubai, and we are in the middle of Real Madrid world somewhere, and then they're watching a Ghana game on their phones because there's all you're looking for is Wi-Fi. So it's definitely more affordable. It's definitely more affordable. We live in a world of affordability and convenience. And that's what the digital space has done, and it's done it to live sport as well. Me, I can be in Shags. I'm no longer thinking, hey, have I paid my subscription? No. There's an app. Let me download it and watch. There's SportyTV app. Download it on the Google app.
And it is free.
This is not an ad. And it is free.
And it is free. Very important. Finally, if Karo Radull was to design a perfect sports viewing experience,
Hey.
how would that look like?
Can I invite Thierry Henry again to join us?
Yeah.
There's so many ways to have an experience. And by the way, just so people know, SportyFM, we're also about to begin going out and inviting our fans to join us for some of these football experiences. We are by the way, we are starting sooner than you know. So get your weekends booked. Baba Nani. Tell Nani you'll see him in the morning. Is it he or she?
She. Yes.
Oh. hey.
Na blush.
By the way, we're about to start these experiences at SportyFM. We'll be going not just to pubs but to different places, because I don't believe it's only pubs where you can have a watch party. You can have a totally different. You can even have watch parties in church. Hey, you know that. Church lovers love sport as well.
Yeah.
Even the
So
markets.
we'll be coming. We'll have lots of activities, opportunities to win, merchandise to give away. So stay tuned for that. And by the way, we'll be doing them as well with Pepsi.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think even this weekend we're likely to be at the Chicken Inns. I'll confirm the exact location and the details.
Hiyo
But
mwende na diamond.
you,
Mwende na
Kwa
diamond.
chicken in.
Yeah.
Did you just get tribal?
Imagine he just
That got tribal.
damn.
Then I mentioned chicken in and you mentioned Aluya. Those are not my words.
I didn't mention Aluya, I mentioned Diamond.
The Luya. But yeah. And then you watch the game, you enjoy food, you enjoy Pepsi, you enjoy the company of SportyFM presenters.
Yeah.
You have live sessions of banter, you know.
Yeah.
There are people out there who just want to talk as well and get something off their chest.
Yeah.
So we'll invite them, come join us and let's have a good time, you know.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, we also have the women's game in the weekend, the rugby.
Yeah.
That's another good opportunity to explore.
Explore.
Yes.
Can I go now? Am I dismissed?
Few seconds. You have been in the broadcast industry for a long time. Who has been that?
How long? And I'm only 21. Hey, yawa.
Hey, when you 21, kwani mimi ni 13. Who is your favorite in these years that you've been in the broadcast industry? Who is that your favorite football commentator of all time?
Aye.
Commentator.
In Kenya?
Kenya and the
And
Premier
globally.
League. Yes.
Majua, there's one. Okay.
There are too many.
Yeah, I know there are
The
many.
football poet, but there are too many. There are too many.
I know there are
Other
many.
that is even women who've come out and started broadcasting.
Yeah.
You know, there's a time I wanted to put women on another station, I won't say which one, to do live commentary. And I was told our voices don't complement live commentary by my boss.
What?
By the way, he told me I can't put a woman on to do live commentary. I was completely offended.
Even in the EPL, there's such a
This
comment
was in
came up.
2008, 2009. The comment came up. But look now, how many women are doing live commentary for every single
Commentary
sport?
analysts.
They're all over the place. I was very offended.
Karo hujajibu swali. Hujajibu swali.
Can I say myself?
Yeah, not really.
But there are too many. There are too many to name.
Yeah.
But there's some brilliant people out there, men and women.
I
Men and
think
women.
there's a phone call. I don't know kama unataka kusalimiwa.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
He's disappeared.
He's disappeared. Please call tena. Kama amedisappear, but alikuwa anataka kukusalimia. We'll take that there's so many football commentators around the world and even in the country that are your favorites.
Kenya has some of the best.
Yes.
Kenya in both English and Kiswahili.
We have Peter Kirumba here.
Even in vernacular.
Yeah.
Aterere. Angokendo.
Ogoema tech.
Hawandu. But is there commentary in Luya?
But thank you so much for coming again on the Breakpoint. This was Caro on Tech 2. Second half.
Yes.
And second half, we had to change the entire look.
Tell your producer to stop bullying me.
Thank you so much.
There's no part 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and at least season 1 has 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Tutakuita tu tena.
Thank you so much. Those are very good insights in regards to broadcasting. And of course, the biggest thing we are living out here is that please tuachane na illegal streaming platforms.
Tell yourself.
Zinatoa watu kazini. So please, let's stop illegal streaming platforms. Ninge mention one of them, but time will
don't give them airplay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's now 2 minutes after 12. Let's get some sporty update.
Look out!